Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So all in, sister, or half-ass? All in or half-ass? So the majority of the world operates on doing just enough, being mediocre, doing only what's required, and maybe even fall a little bit short of that. Half-ass, right? One of the sisters in my own coaching program had shared when she first came to that live event that she was kind of running her life at 40%. And if she's listening, she knows I say this with absolute love, sharing her story, but it was like a real kind of like, holy shit, I'm playing life half-assed, 40%, because it was easy for her to do a lot of things. So she could just cruise at 40%. And no one would know that she was doing anything less. And because she's smart and does things really well, that 40% looked like a lot of people's 100%. And it's interesting, it was when she shared that, I can't remember if it was in that moment, we sat in that hotel room in March when she was sharing that, or if that was later that came to me, but I was like, I do that. I do that. Second, third, like that's just fine. I don't need to be the best at something. I don't need to be first. I would tell myself that I'm not competitive. Because I thought people who are competitive, like it makes them insane, like they have to win. And if they don't win, they just lose their shit and their day is horrible. And I'm just like, I don't need that. What was really happening was I being half-assed, because like this sister as well too, is there's a lot of things I can do well. There's a lot of things I do pretty well. And from the outside in, and all the, the yes people that are within my life, they would say this with really, wonderful intention, but would tell me, oh my God, Karen, look at all the stuff you're doing. You're so great. Thank you for inspiring me. But I knew deep down inside that I was still not all in. It's very easy for me to go back to half-ass, mediocre. For me, mediocre. And the thing is too, sister, is only you will know that truth. If you really dig down deep and ask yourself those questions, only you will know if you're actually playing all in or half-ass. So I had a conversation with my boxing coach, Rob, last week. And we talked about what it takes to kind of really get into the ring. I can't remember exact conversation, but I was basically saying to them, I said, look, I don't know a whole lot about this yet. And right now with my training, I'm deciding at the end of November. So that's about 2 months. I'm going to decide at my training at that point if I do actually want to fight. If I want to take this further beyond let me learn how to box and learn this skill and get a good workout, but do I really want to get in the ring? Do I want to either fight or spar? Which scares the shit out of me. Literally. Getting hit in the face is terrifying for me. And that's one of the reasons I'm leaning towards it. But outside of that, we had this discussion, right? And I said, look, I can imagine that when you fight, the what is required to get in that ring is I'm gonna fucking win. I'm gonna win. That the only thing that's in your mind is win. And that if it's anything less, probably gonna lose. And so as I was telling this to him, and he was just kind of, nodding his head or, yeah, that's right, in agreement. And I realized I'm Number one, I'm saying this for myself. So if I do decide to get in the ring sometime in 2017, that is the mentality, that is the mindset that I will need to possess. But on top of that, I'm like, gosh, I still at times just go like, I don't really need to win in other things in life, right? In my business. And with my marriage, with my kids. And just know win can mean different things, right? Win doesn't have to mean like I win an argument, or I'm the best in this relationship, or I win, you listen to me kids because I'm your mother. It's just winning can be whatever you define that to be. Obviously in something like a fight, it's whoever is left standing, right? It's quite clear. Any other kind of sports analogy, it's team, like who wins? Who gets the most points? So how would you define that in other areas of your life? Are you operating at 40%? Like my sister? Or are you all in? Because I can tell you right now, the times of my life, and again, transparency here, man. I'm not all in every single moment of my life. There are times of doubt. There's times of fear. I'm no different than you, sister. The only difference is I might have been doing this a little bit longer and have a little bit more certainty in this process because I've seen the results. And I may be someone who's just willing to just, commit, take that action and go. Not knowing how things are going to happen. Not knowing all the details. Not knowing if I'm going to be successful or win or not. So are you all in or are you half-ass? See, if I do choose to fight, at this point too, I'm leaning towards like, I'm going to do it. It scares me, like it really scares me. Really scares me. I thought other things were scary in my life. Getting in the ring and having someone maybe like punch me in the face repeatedly, fuck up my nose, or like, it scares me to do that, right? So if I choose to do this, what will be required is for me to be all fucking in. So what would happen if you apply that mentality of all in to other areas of your life? How do you think results are different? All in or half-ass? What's the difference in the outcomes that you will achieve? Right, so I'm giving this analogy of boxing, of fitness. But imagine if you were all in your marriage. Versus for a lot of you, when you really tell me what's going on, and you're upset with the results, with the current reality, which is not feeling connected, fighting all the time with no resolution, barely having sex or not at all, feeling like you're married to your roommate. And when I had some of those things in my marriage in the past, I wasn't all in. I was half-assing it and expecting the outcome to be different. See, I wanted the all-in outcome without the all-in work. So imagine if you went all in just one area of your life. Don't fuck even the whole thing of like all of your life. Just choose one area. Your body and your health, your marriage, your business, purpose. Imagine if you went all in just one area. How would your life be different? So here's your more tip for today. I want you to take a look at one of those 4 areas that I just mentioned. So your health, your marriage, your purpose, your business /work /money. And I want you to define, write this down in your journal. What would all in look like in that one area that you chose? Like detailed. Now this might not come easy to you because you haven't really thought about these things before. But what would that look like? Just write and write and write and write and see what comes up. The choice will be for you then if you want to actually choose that path of all in or continue to play life half-ass. Love you either way, sister. But your life is yours to create. And so how are you creating it today? So if you haven't already checked out the new website, I want you to head over right now to drkarenosborne.com. You'll have a chance to be able to subscribe to the Women Wanting More newsletter, which you need to do to be part of the sisterhood. You're going to get emails from me daily. So all through these episodes, my master classes that are coming up, my live events, book that's coming out soon. So make sure to opt in, put your name in and email. There's a few places to opt in for the newsletter so you can be part of the Women Wanting More sisterhood and tribe. And then you'll see on there too, like podcasts is there. I'm setting up a blog within the next week. I'll be doing a weekly blog, so tons of content and ways to connect with me through the website, and that's at drkarenosborne.com. I'll talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more. It's just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. Love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborne.com/newsletter.